All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Power. I've got a couple of interesting stories for you guys today. The first story, Julius Maddox, a powerlifting story. It's been a while since we've had a good powerlifting story, so thumbs up if you want to see more powerlifting stories in the future. But Julius Maddox with a new bench press PR. This was a rep PR for a set of 322 kilograms, or 710 pounds. So 700 plus pounds, specifically 710, which is just insane to even say, for 3 reps. 700 pounds for one was the world record not that long ago. And here we have Julius doing it for 3. Now, it was already back in June that Julius last attempted that 800-pound raw bench press PR. That has been what Julius has really been chasing. That is what he wants the new world record to be, and that seems to be his main goal, is that 800-pound raw bench, and set that as the world record. And it's been 6 months since he attempted that. I believe it was back in June already. That misload happened. They misloaded the bar. If you guys didn't see that video, he did attempt the 800. He missed it, but a lot of people thought he would have got it had they not misloaded the bar and put the wrong amount of weight on there the first time he attempted it. He attempted it again and missed it. But I've said it before. I'll say it again. I think Julius is the best bench presser in modern history. I think if there's anybody that is ever going to be able to touch 800 pounds and lift it raw, I think Julius is going to be the guy to do it. I think he will do it. I think it's just a matter of time. And in addition to this video, the 710 for 3, shortly after that video, Julius posted another video. This video was not an actual press, but a static hold. And how much weight is he statically holding in this video? 815 pounds, 15 pounds heavier than the world record that he's going to be attempting. So he holds it for a few seconds there. I think he goes for a 5-second count. And this really shows just the dominant strength that Julius has. And I just wanted to include this in the video today because I haven't seen Julius post any crazy PRs like this or any crazy heavy weight on the bench in a while. So it makes me wonder if he might be peaking for a meet in the near future to attempt that 800-pound world record again. So I'm kind of wondering if he's hitting these PRs and he's posting these videos like this because he is peaking for his next meet, and maybe that is going to be sometime soon. He's going to catch us all by surprise and hit that 800 out of nowhere. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Thumbs up this video if you believe that Julius will be the man to break that 800-pound raw bench press barrier, because I certainly believe he's going to be the man to do it. Like I said, it's just a matter of time. So shout out to Julius Maddox. The world is waiting for him to break that 800-pound barrier. Now, next up in the news, this is a pretty big one. Digital Muscle Media and Sean Ray both posted on their Instagram that it looks like the Arnold Classic has decided on a new date in 2021, and they're going to be announcing that date soon. So that's a pretty big piece of bodybuilding news for us, because typically around this time, January and February, the beginning of the year, that's when we start the Arnold Classic build-up videos. That's when we find out what the roster is for that year's Arnold Classic. That's where we start seeing physique updates, what the lineup's going to look like, all that good stuff, because really, January is about 8 weeks out from the Arnold Classic because it's usually the first weekend of March. That is not the case this year. We know for a fact the Arnold Classic is not happening as usually scheduled in March. We know that it is postponed essentially indefinitely. A few months ago, or maybe it was just a month ago, they talked about how it might happen in May or June, and then we found out that it's not going to be happening in May or June. So soon we're going to get the announcement of apparently when the new dates are happening, and apparently it is going to happen sometime in 2021. I had kind of my doubts that it was going to happen at all. I thought there's a real possibility it might get canceled entirely from what I had heard behind the scenes. But it looks like the Arnold Classic is still going to happen. My guess would be they're going to announce it's going to be right before the Olympia, because as far from a competitive standpoint, the important thing about the Arnold Classic is it qualifies a lot of athletes for the Olympia. So I would say from the competitive side, they're going to want to do it sometime before the Olympia, which I believe is going to be happening in September again this year. So the Olympia is back to its usual time slot in September. So I would guess August or early September for the Arnold Classic to qualify a bunch of athletes for the Olympia, right before the Olympia, and probably pretty close to the Olympia, so those athletes are in shape to continue prepping for the Olympia, but not have to continue prepping for too long. So my guess would be we're going to see a very late summer or early fall announcement for the Arnold Classic, but it makes me happy that it looks like there's hope that the Arnold will happen. I haven't missed an Arnold Classic in probably 10, 11, 12 years. My first Arnold Classic was like 2008. It's my favorite show to go to. It's my favorite expo to go to, and I really couldn't believe that it was postponed and it's not happening in March this year, and I really couldn't believe what happened with it last year, so I'm glad. It looks like there are new dates, so make sure you guys subscribe and stay tuned because I will keep you posted when those new dates are officially announced, but it looks like the Arnold Classic will be happening this year. Now, next up in the news, this news is breaking right now. Dexter Jackson just announced on his Instagram that he tested positive. He has had the virus now for, he says, the past almost 3 weeks. That's what he says in his video today. And I'm going to play for you guys exactly what he said so you can hear it from his mouth directly. But the interesting part about that is that he says he's had it for almost 3 weeks now. The Olympia was only a little bit over 2 weeks ago. So does that mean that Dexter Jackson competed at the Olympia while having the virus and not knowing it? Or did he get it at the Olympia and found out afterwards? So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, but I'm going to roll Dexter's video for you guys here so you can hear what he has to say about it. And definitely thoughts and prayers going out to Dexter. He's a legend. And I'm wondering now, and I'm very confident that Dexter's going to wind up okay from this. He's going to come out strong and healthy. Thumbs up if you guys agree, but here's the video from Dexter.
What's up, everybody? I wasn't going to make a video about this, but I thought it was only right that I do. You know, your boy got COVID, and I've had it now for almost 3 weeks. So all you idiots out there who's saying it's fake, you're a fucking idiot. Yeah, I'm not going to, I'm 100% sure that I can beat it, but who wants to feel like this for 3 fucking weeks? Can you understand? Well, you can't understand if you ain't had it. But the shit that I've been going through every day, battling this shit, you know, I mean, first I had cough real bad, throat, next couple days, throat was messed up, next couple days, bad cold. Now I'm on, you know, body aches. I mean, my upper body gets so hot now that I have to walk around with my shirt off because if anything touches my upper body, then I start sweating like crazy. Not my head, none of that, just my body. I swear I probably go through about 5 shirts a day, soaking wet like I just got out of the pool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So don't be listening to the idiots out there, y'all. Trust me, you don't want to. And it's 3 weeks. I don't know when this shit gonna be over. Hell, it may take 4 or 5 weeks. Who knows? But I know I'm determined. I know I'm determined to beat this. I mean, it's not gonna. I mean, it's not gonna beat me. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I can understand why people with underlying conditions, why this can really, really hurt them, man. Seriously. You know. Anyway, I just want to share that with you guys. Do what you're supposed to do. Trust me, you don't want to catch this for 3-4 weeks and have to stay home. Think about it. You have to stay your ass home. That's 3-4 weeks of money that you're not going to be getting. All of that. You got to think about all of that. It ain't just, you know, catching it. It ain't killing nobody. But yeah, you still got to stay home 3 weeks and still going to go through this pain. I'd be damned if I'm going to catch this shit again. Y'all better stay the hell away from me. Oh, and one other thing. I don't need nobody trying to play mama. I'm taking everything under the sun. So whatever you gonna write and say you need to take this, vitamin D, all this shit, I'm already doing it. So I don't need a lot of messages where everybody telling me what to do. All right? Peace.
So that's what Dexter had to say about it. And again, I think it is interesting because I know that Shanique Grant and her boyfriend, she is the Physique Olympia 2-time champ, they tested positive after the Olympia. I believe Kamal El Gargani said he also tested positive after the Olympia. So I'm kind of curious whether or not these athletes got it at the Olympia, or specifically in Dexter's case, if he had it before the Olympia. And maybe that contributed to how he looked on stage. I don't know. It's an interesting conversation to have because 2020, it's been an interesting year, and this virus has kind of affected all aspects of life, including bodybuilding. the Olympia, the Arnold Classic. It's kind of seeped in very deeply into bodybuilding. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about what Dexter had to say here. Now, next up in the news, the young bodybuilder who I think is going to be the future of bodybuilding. I think he's got one of the best physiques outside of the IFBB. Vitaly Ugonikov, a.k.a. GoodVito. He posted an off-season physique update here, and he says that 2021 is going to be his year. He promises that from a competitive bodybuilding standpoint, it's going to be his best year ever. And he says in the caption, it translated there to 110 to 115, but I'm pretty sure he meant 10 to 15 kilograms. His goal in his offseason is to get pretty much as big as possible. He wants to put on 10 to 15 kgs, which is roughly 22 to 33 pounds of quality stage weight. He says that's the goal that he wants to put on in the offseason, and he wants it to be stage weight. And he says his goal is to get up to 140 kgs, which is over 300 pounds. It's like 308.6, I believe, which is a pretty impressive weight for, again, an amateur bodybuilder. This is somebody that is outside of the IFBB. He's an international competitor, a Russian bodybuilder, Ukrainian, I believe. But those are pretty lofty goals, and 308, to weigh that much, to get that big, it goes to show that you can be a mass monster and still have a small waist. He's got one of the smallest waists and craziest V-tapers I've ever seen. Crazy wide lats from the front. His legs are insane. I personally think that his legs are on par from like a proportion standpoint with a guy like Big Ramy. I mean, look at the size of his quads. And it's not just size. It's not just these big swelled up legs. He's got a lot of separation and detail in those legs. And I think once he really, maybe he does need to put on some size and fill out his upper body a little bit more. And I know that sounds crazy because he's got a really good upper body. But to proportionally fill out with his legs, I think he's going to be extremely dangerous. If he makes it to an IFBB stage, he's got everything. And he's like 5 years younger than me. I think he's 23 years old. He's a really, really young guy. He's got all the potential in the world, great structure. He's already got a ton of size, probably better legs than a lot of guys in the IFBB right now. I think I'm really excited to see what he puts together and what his plans are for 2021, because I think he's going to be a very fast rising star in bodybuilding that we need to keep our eyes on. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about GoodVito's current physique. I think he looks nuts. And the final story I want to talk about today, I just thought this was a cool picture from Chris Bumstead, a backstage shot of him and Iain Valliere, who is his brother-in-law. Iain is married to Chris's sister. And he makes a good point in this caption. Not a lot of people get this opportunity. How many people get to say that they got to hang out backstage at the Olympia with their big bro, both of them being competitors, just in different categories? Obviously, Chris Bumstead winning the Classic Physique Olympia, Iain Valliere taking a 7th place finish in the men's open bodybuilding category, arguably, I would say probably the best package I've seen Iain Valliere bring to a bodybuilding stage, and I think this was also Chris's best year. I believe Iain also coaches Chris. Chris goes on to say, there are no proper words I can put together to explain the amount of respect I have for this man, so let me just say how grateful I am that we got to share this weekend together. I can't wait to do this again for years to come, and then he tags Iain Valliere. So I thought that was a cool shot, a cool perspective to see them both backstage together, and the fact that they're both hitting the same pose, different categories. But congratulations to both of them. I think Iain's placing was fantastic. I thought his look this year was fantastic. His conditioning was great. And Chris as well. I think Chris was very improved. His conditioning was great. And I think both of them really, really made a huge statement at this year's Mr. Olympia. But as always, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. That's going to wrap it up for today's video, guys. If you did enjoy it, give it a thumbs up to support the video, to support the channel. Subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed yet already. I know there's going to be some bodybuilding news coming up. January might be a little bit slower than usual because we don't have the Arnold Classic. Like I said, it's not going to be in March. But I think as the shows get rolling around summertime, we're going to have a lot more bodybuilding news to talk about. So as always, thank you guys for watching. Thumbs up, subscribe. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. And as always, Nick Strength and Power signing out.